So at one of the basketball games on December 21st, our team had played South Decatur, and I was the cheerleader coach, and Ethan was the coach for Milan.
So, I was scouting a lot of basketball games, I guess, coaching freshmen, and I kept asking Coach Combs, like, hey, I'll go for scout in South Ripley, because she's the cheer coach. During the game, one of the opposing team's fans had come over and put a trash can next to her cheerleader and said that her cheerleaders were trash.
He saw me go over to the kid to yell at them. And then later that evening, he had sent me a message on Facebook asking what had happened because he had seen the conflict. So I told him about it. And then we kind of just became friends after that.
We kind of made small talk, and then in January, she invited me to a game that night, and then I went to McDonald's in Versailles to get a bite to eat. Ironically enough, she's like, hey, stop by Pollard's and have a drink if you want. We're out for a friend's birthday party. I was like, went home, and like I said, we kind of continued to talk, and then COVID hit.
I started hanging out more during COVID. It was really hard. He was a teacher, and they had to go to e-learning and try to teach from home. And I was dealing with COVID patients, so we really didn't get to hang out as much as we wanted to during the pandemic. And then it kind of just happened fast after that. We fell in love.
It happened fast?
Yes.
Like how fast?
One of my favorite things to do to Janna is try to give her a prolonged hug, because for whatever reason, Janna doesn't like for you to be in her bubble. So when Ethan started to come around and Janna wouldn't stop hugging him, I knew he was something special to her. Then once we saw how Ethan interacted with Leighton, he became something special to all of us. We joked that Ethan and Leighton were more friends than Ethan and Janna in the beginning, because Ethan would be busy riding bikes, jumping in the kiddie pool, playing ball in the yard with Leighton, and Leighton would ask, Mom, can Ethan stay the night?
I really wanted to introduce her to Coach B. So we were in Columbus, so I was like, perfect, I want to see Coach B, and he's important to me, and she's important to me. I want to introduce her to those people. And so we went to Texas Roadhouse and then stopped at Coach B and Jill's and hung out for a little bit.
Is much more than an emotion. It's much more than how we happen to be feeling at one moment. Yes, those kind of love feelings are great and they're wonderful, and we're glad to see it being experienced today and glad to see that you found it. But it goes on much longer than that. Last weekend, I helped officiate at a wedding where the priest made the comment that love should become a way of life. Love needs to become a way of life. When it becomes a way of life, then you don't have to think about it. You don't have to struggle into it. You don't have to remind yourself, oh, I'm supposed to be loving. It comes natural because it's a part of who you already are.
So yeah, we started talking. It was actually December 21st was the first date that that game where I introduced myself, and every time I think about that day, I think about the song You Had Me from Hello. She's gorgeous, she's real, like, what have I been waiting on? I knew it was a big transition knowing that she had Leighton, but I thought that just seeing her being a mom, and I love kids, obviously. I was like, it was actually Mother's Day, and she wanted me to come and spend the time that evening with her and her family.
Janna,
I, Janna,
take you, Ethan,
take you, Ethan,
to be my husband,
be my husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
to join with you,
to join with you,
and to share all that is to come,
and to share all that is to come,
to give and to receive,
to give and to receive,
to speak and to listen,
to speak and to listen,
to inspire and to respond,
to aspire and to respond,
in all our life together,
and all our life together,
until we are parted by death.
until we are parted by death.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
Look outside. Painted skies, here comes the light. It's in your eyes, and it pulls the ocean tide.
We are the lucky ones here. I mean, everybody invited here. I mean, you have obviously touched these two in a way where, you know, you're exclusive to them in a way where, you know, that you are a big part of their biggest day that they have. And I think that's something to be said for. Honestly, I mean, these are two of the most genuine people I've ever been with, I've ever met. And I mean, you're lucky if you know them as well. On top of that, like, I'm happy to add her to our family. I couldn't ask for a better sister-in-law now.
So August 21st, which was exactly 8 months after we had kind of met, I guess, that's when I proposed at the high school, because that's where I first met her.
In August, he surprised me with dinner. I thought his brother was coming down for dinner. We had ate Mexican with his mom and his stepsisters, and he tricked me into going back to our school, and I told him I had a key so he could get whatever information he needed out of the coach's office. And when we walked in there, the door was locked for the coach's office, so I knew the secret way to the back. And then after we got there, I found my sisters that were hiding in the closet. And that's when I knew that Ethan was proposing to me, so I turned back around and he was on one knee in the spot where he had said hey to me at the basketball game 8 months or 6 months before that.
Ethan, you now kiss your bride.
She is the best sister, aunt, daughter, mother, friend that anyone could ever ask for. I know that she will fill her new role as wife just the same. And I love Leighton just like all my nieces and nephews, like he's my own. So when I seen Leighton and Ethan together, it was pretty awesome. And I'm so glad that their paths have crossed one another, and we're so happy to have you and can't wait to see what God has in store for all of you.